Yeah!
Oh, yeah.
Welcome to Miami. I mean, we're not in Miami, but the UFC certainly is, and they have brought with them a damn good fight card. I am fired up for UFC 314, which kicks off at the top of the hour. Nothing negative here. It's all positive, all excitement. We've been waiting and waiting, building and building to this fight card. Everything has stayed intact, and we are all fired up, and we hope you are as well. Welcome to the People's Pre-Fight Show to get you ready for this stacked card in South Florida. I am Mike Heck, and joining me, as always, to answer your questions and more is the baddest producer in all of MMA, the baddest stash in all of MMA, the chair swinging fool. How many chair swings will we get from Casey Leydon? Let's see it.
Oh, my God.
Wow. That might be a new record.
I was going for 314 spins, but we have a limited time. But all right, I'm just gonna talk to the camera in the middle. Yes, all right. Here we go.
Nice.
Yeah, let's do this. Fights. Exciting.
Yes. So many fights. Very excited. Stack card. Like I said, for weeks and weeks this one's been circled on the calendar. We've gone through all the Apex shows, and now we are here for UFC 314, which is, in my opinion, I thought 311 was a great card on paper. This is the best card thus far. This is the best card currently on the books for the UFC in 2025, and there's just so many storylines, so many things that can happen. Big night for the featherweight division. So let's turn it over to the peeps. It is their show for the next 40 or so minutes. It's moving day at the Masters. It's just been a great day. So let's go.
All righty, here we go. Oh, we got a super chat. All right, see what you got here. Last Stand 001. Ooh.
Which fight is most likely to end in the first round right away? Of the whole card? So on our fighting picks, I have 3 first round finishes. One is super biased, one because of the New England bias, and 2 because it's like Parker Porter Jr. I have Mitch Raposo submission round 1, just having fun with it. Marco Tulio KO round 1.
I have that.
Dan Ige KO round 1.
Whoa,
against John Woodson.
Wow, Danny Ige.
Not very confident. So I will say, based on what I see here, I will go with Marco Tulio to get the quickest finish of the night.
Same thing here, Marco Tulio. The man this card was built around, by the way, Marco Tulio. I do predict a first round submission, but first round knockout. But other than that, I don't know. Maybe Reyes Krylov. Think we could get a first round finish there?
Could happen. I have Reyes round 3 KO just to spoil.
Okay.
I can see this going really bad for Dominic Reyes, and just when everyone feels like, oh boy, Krylov's going to roll to a workman-like decision, Reyes comes from behind and delivers the goods. But yeah, man, and I guess that's what's so good about this card is it's tough to call so many of these fights. Like, you can make a case for either fighter in almost every one of these fights.
Yeah.
Which is wild.
I like it. Thank you. Thank you for the question, Last Stand. Thank you.
Great question.
All right. What do we got here? Let me go through here. All right. Question about yesterday's press conference.
Do you think Amanda Nunes returns if Juliana Pena beats Kayla Harrison, or only if Kayla Harrison becomes champ? What do you think? Did you watch the presser? What did you think of that moment?
I did watch the presser. I think she returns regardless against the challenger. I think either way, she's had a break. How long has it been? 2 years? How long she's been gone for? Well,
it was 289, so that was 2023, June 2023. So almost 2 years.
Yeah, it's almost 2 years. I think she just needed she called a retirement, but I think it was just a long hiatus. And she should come back, and it worked out well. I think if done right, especially if Kayla wins, that could be a main event for pay-per-view. I think it's been a while since we've had a women's bantamweight be a main event for a pay-per-view. But I think Kayla, if she wins, and Mano will be a legitimate main event pay-per-view. So Pena, but
I don't know, man.
But if
Pena
Pena wins,
if she beats Harrison, yeah,
that's what I mean. If we have to see, like right now, no. But if we actually see Pena beat Harrison, then I think as fans we could go, I don't know, maybe. Then I think the 1-1, kind of, them being 1-1 makes it more intriguing rather than just Pena got lucky, the first time, So either way, I got a question for you, Mr. Heck.
sure.
Remember, I'm not trying to. Wait, let me just ask you. Remember when Amanda lost the first time to Pena? And remember who was watching cage side? It was Kayla Harrison, and she almost started. She was all like screaming and like in horror or like almost like crying, and there was kind of debate why was she so emotional? Do you remember that moment?
Yep, I do remember that moment.
Yeah, so there was a bit of debate like why Kayla was so emotional at the time. I contended that Kayla just go, "Oh, I just lost $1 million payday," and when there was kind of some debate, I was like, "Well, maybe it's her teammate that lost." What do you think it was now?
I think it's a combination of the two.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I think it's a combination of the two. Back then, now who knows what the relationship is like 3+ years later? Maybe Juliana said at the press conference she hates Kayla more than she hates me, and I don't know if that's true or not. I couldn't tell you, but yeah, I mean it's a big fight. Even if they did like each other and were friends, like I know Nunes doesn't really train at ATT anymore. I'm sure she works with some of the coaches there, certainly, but. Yeah, it's an easy fight to make.
Team. Yeah, she's not. She's more just kind of maybe share some coaches, but she's not really part of that team. Yeah. So
yeah, it's a big fight. Like it's a great. Both those are big fights. Honestly, if Juliana wins, especially because of how people feel about her, one just the nostalgic feeling of Nunes coming back will be big because Jesus Christ, man, this division needs her right now because it's tough scenes really, and yeah, it gives it a boost. You have. Probably a main event either way with just Amanda coming back. Like that's very big news. You could see the excitement on Dana's face when she nodded her head. Yes. So
yeah, it's actually it's a pretty interesting storyline for either Victor, Pena or Kayla. So I hope so. Yeah. And we need it.
Raised the stakes for that fight a little bit more, didn't it?
Mm-hmm. I like it. All right. Super chats. Oh, Bobby Atkins.
What are we drinking for caffeine tonight? Celsius Arctic Vibe here. Since it won't be discussed much, how close is Reyes Krylov winner to a title shot? Yes, it will be a Celsius night. I think Arctic Vibe will be one, and Wild Berry will be the other. I'm drinking two during the watch party. There's just no doubt about it. I got to do it. And what are you drinking, Casey? And the winner of Reyes versus Krylov, how close are they to a title fight?
I do still have 1 Celsius left in the fridge, and I am saving it for I'll probably pick it up when Chandler and Pimblett walk out. So I think it is an Arctic Vibe. I'm pretty sure it's an Arctic Vibe. But Monday though, I do have to run to Costco and get myself another 12-pack. So that's the best price I can get. Yeah. But how close to Reyes and Krylov? Well, I definitely think it's gonna be Reyes as far as like close to the title shot because of storyline wise. I think if Reyes wins, no matter how, really, it can be a boring win, it can be just anyway. I think he's then one big fight away.
If Dominic Reyes wins, he's fighting Carlos Ulberg for the number 1 contender spot. Yeah, that's how they're going to do it. That's how they're going to push it. Even if you are not impressed with Reyes, and he beat Dustin Jacoby, who I think he was maybe ranked 15 when he did it, but not a lot of people are giving Dominic a chance in that fight. And then he beat 25% of Anthony Smith. Let's just be honest. You could tell Anthony wanted nothing to do with that fight, especially after the personal tragedy that he went through. I mean, it's not Dom's fault. That's the guy he ended up fighting. And I think he would have won that fight and probably got Smith out of there anyways, but it would have been less sad because of the beating he gave him for the entirety of that fight. But look, man, we saw it on BTL. Like, remember before UFC Tampa, all the questions about Dominic Reyes and could he fight for the belt? Like people were we spent 20 minutes talking about Dominic Reyes maybe fighting for a title. And it was a really interesting chat with him. I don't even like bringing up the John Jones fight to him anymore. And I know that's a reason why he didn't do a lot of interviews, but it seems like he understands what that fight means now. It's not like, oh shit, like my career went to shit. I should have been the champion. I didn't. And I got knocked out 3 fights in a row and people were shoveling dirt on top of my career. And he's gotten past that. He's learned to sort of embrace that. And it would just be an unbelievable story if Dominic freaking Reyes somehow wins the belt all these years later and has the cake and eats it too. Gets to win the belt, does so in such a like memorable sporting way. And then in the court of public opinion, he still beat John Jones. Like that's a pretty damn good story right there. I think he's closer than Krylov.
Oh yeah, definitely closer than Krylov. I forgot Krylov's been out for 2+ years. Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I honestly don't. When you're out for that long, it's really hard to kind of have any sort of real prediction, just kind of going vibes, But let me look at Krylov. What's he coming off of?
A win. He's got three. He's got a bunch.
Three good wins. Span, Volkan, and Gustafsson.
Yeah.
And he beat Gustafsson in 1 minute. I think that was Gus's last fight before he just called it a day.
Krylov is the favorite too. Not surprised. I do have a bet on Dominic Reyes.
He lost his recent losses. Lost to Paul Craig by triangle, and then lost to Ankalaev. Kind of before we knew who Ankalaev was. And it's a good fight. I think, but I definitely think Reyes is closer to the title shot. Yeah. Oberg obviously is the big one. Makes a lot of sense. So I think for Reyes, it doesn't really matter how he wins. He just needs to win. An impressive win's cool, but a W's a W. I think tonight for him. That's all that matters.
So, I never said this publicly, but because I never really got the opportunity. And I was like, especially with how bad this week has gone in America in a lot of respects because of the stock market and stuff. And I know things have kind of bounced back and forth. I'm like, I will guarantee you that Donald Trump comes to this fight card tonight because he will get cheered. And it's like the best place for him to boost his Q rating because he will be surrounded by people who will just go apeshit for him. And apparently he is going to be in attendance tonight. So we will get the Trump walk. So get excited for fans of the current president of the United States.
Millions and millions of dollars are going into Secret Service to protect our president so he can see a UFC fight. So yeah, go government savings.
Yeah, that's what it appears. So
yep.
I'm not surprised. I would have bet good money if I got like minus 120 odds. I would have probably bet my entire bank account that Trump was going to show up tonight. So
yeah,
it's a good move. It's a good move on his part.
Yeah, who's paying for that Secret Service? I wonder who's paying for it. We'll find out. We'll find out sometime. All righty. What do we got here? Another super chat.
One and only Sean Marab did nothing to sell the fight yesterday. Boy, that was a tough presser. That was like a tough stretch of time in lieu of building fights.
Wait. Okay. Why the Marab did nothing? I don't get the Marab.
I mean, Marab. You could tell Marab tried. Like he came out and like trolled Sean with the outfit and stuff.
He had a whole outfit. He had hats. He had props. Yeah. I mean, what do we want? I mean, like
but unfortunately, like when you look at a fight like this, and I know Marab has gotten popular and he's the champion, but Sean O'Malley is the A side here. Just is. More people know who he is. He crosses over different thresholds of entertainment outside of the fight world. A lot of places that Marab does not currently. So, but Sean did nothing. He didn't want to be there. You could tell. The only real memorable moment Sean had was when he was asked the Dana White privilege question and he like fist bumped Dana. That was kind of funny. That was good, but did nothing to really sell the fight. And at that point, like if you're Sean, just let Julian and Kayla cook at that point. Like the fight's going to happen. And, he's kind of said everything he needs to say. Sean's not a big fight promoter.
Yeah.
He's not great at those press conferences anyways. Never really is.
I guess that's what I'm trying to get at. Like, what are we basing this on? like, oh, I wish Sean did what he did at the last press conference, which was the same thing. Kind of like, yeah, you know, I don't know. He just kind of Sean, like we kind of, I think we've kind of had this little debate internally, like, man, people love Sean O'Malley despite him really not being that charismatic on the mic, you know, for as big as he is. He's just kind of like, yeah, you know, I'm going to go out and win. Yeah, but then,
I mean, he surrounds himself with people that people really like, you know, Nelk Boys and all of them. Sean pairs up with them on a bunch of different things, and that's how a lot of these different people know who Sean is. That's why he's crossed over so much. So yeah, I mean, look, no, I think they actually played it fine. No one is going.
Yeah, I thought it did,
like, even if they had done it outside of them trying to punch each other in the face in a face-off, is anybody more excited for that fight than they were when it was announced? I don't think so. It's a fight that's going to happen, and it's going to be an interesting matchup. And seeing Sean O'Malley with his back against the wall is interesting stuff. Yeah. It really is.
I mean, I don't know why. I thought Merab was saying a lot of intelligent things in the sense that he said, hey, this guy said he was injured. He said he was fought at 30%. Cool. Now we can make a new game plan. Now we can fight me healthy. Now there are no excuses. I think that, for me, that's all I want to hear from Merab. That's not like BS. Yeah. And so people are kind of crap. Like, so the fights. Like, like, people always go, I don't want to see pro wrestling. I want to see fights. It's like, then what are we complaining here? The guy kind of just laid out the truth. He didn't like try to oversell it. He's just like, all right, you say he's injured. All right, get healthy, and we'll do it again.
Yeah,
I'll beat you again.
Yeah, it's real bad. Like, if Merab came out and was like, yeah, this guy's a bum. That's not, and then he loses. He just looks like such an idiot. Like, you can't say that. So yeah, it's fine. And then Juliana and Kayla did their thing, and
I thought they were great.
I mean, Juliana just at the end of the we need to have like a watch party when Juliana Pena does a press conference or a media day, and just have a bell sitting next to us. And every time Juliana Pena says at the end of the day, we ring the bell and we notch the toll up. Because I think she said at the end of the day, a baker's dozen plus times during that like 25-minute press conference.
That's her.
That was tough. That was tough.
Yeah, well, that is. I get that. That's tough. But
and then Aaron Pico did the Q&A, and it just, I don't know what people like. I got a lot of DMs. People like, oh man, Aaron Pico is the most boring guy in the world. I'm like, have you ever seen him do an interview? This is who he is. He's a confident, soft-spoken guy who is exciting in the cage. Like, does his talking.
He's a super chill dude. Like, I've
very chill.
I've interviewed Aaron. I've shot training footage of Aaron. I've hung out with him. I've gone on hikes with Aaron Pico. He's just a chill dude. Like, he's like
very chill.
Outside of his physique and his messed up ears, you would think he's just a dude. Like, he's not. I don't know. It's but when he gets in the cage, ooh boy, I am so excited about whatever's next for Aaron Pico. I don't know if he's gonna be the champ, but I just know he will shake up the division, and it's gonna be extremely exciting every time he walks in the cage. You thought Michael Chandler was exciting? We got Aaron Pico, but at his prime. So this is gonna be good.
Great signing. It's a great
signing. Great signing. How? I don't want to get into PFL. How they these. Not even gonna do it. Not gonna do it. But congratulations UFC, and I'm happy for Aaron because seems that's where he wanted to be, and cool.
Yep.
Thank you, one and only, Angus Davies.
Do you think John Jones should do a carpool karaoke type YouTube show, but it's just him drunk driving? Man, Angus.
When I put that comment up, I read the first two lines. I'm like, okay, this is good to go. I didn't finish reading the whole thing. I was like, oh god, it goes.
Angus just choosing something. I mean, golly.
He wanted to be. I wanted to that was a strip spit take. I was like, oh god.
You weren't like drinking anything.
I mean, I was. I was like,
Oh my gosh. Thank you for the super chat there, Angus. Well done.
Thank you.
Got Casey to spit out some liquid.
Yeah. That's kind of I got a little teary eyed. All right, Fahim.
Did Bryce win over just Miami or a few more outside? What?
I guess fans. Like,
He's,
okay,
I mean,
okay,
he's gotten booed a lot in the build to this fight. Now, I know there are people who are going to like him. I mean, we see it in the chat and stuff, and he is like, I don't know. It's hard to explain. There are going to be a lot of people who will support Bryce Mitchell because quote unquote free speech and all that, and it is what it is. And there were obviously people in Miami who were supporting him. There's a moment I think before he went into ceremonial weigh-ins yesterday, or maybe the press conference the day before, where there were a bunch of people like cheering for him, and Bryce like jumped the fence and like they had a cool moment together. And I don't know, man. But here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. Bryce is gonna say a bunch of dumb shit, and at the end of the day, you can feel however you want about it, but it is sports and it is the UFC and MMA, and you can say and do some heinous shit, but if you go out there in the octagon and you perform and you win and you look real good doing it, it almost, I'm not gonna say it's forgotten, but at least it gets put to the side for a little while. And we've seen it with many fighters throughout the sport.
Oh yeah.
And if Bryce goes out there and just beats the shit out of John Silva, like he's gonna get a boost out of it. There's no doubt about it.
It's just, I don't know if you saw like CNN did I guess they're doing a big piece on, the, I don't know what you want to call it, toxic masculinity in mixed martial arts, and they did a piece of Jake Shields and things like that. And Jake Shields has had like, straight up KKK grand wizards on his podcast, and just talking about, this type of, I don't know, conversation in this sport. I don't even know. Bryce is an idiot. He said some horrible things. Yes, freedom of speech. He shouldn't go to prison for that. That's what freedom of speech is. It's the government arresting. That does not mean freedom of consequences for what you say. So, yeah. He's on my fantasy team, so yay. Hope he wins.
I can't lie to the world. I'm not going to bet money on Bryce Mitchell, but I'm picking him to win this fight.
Do I have him win this fight?
Picking him
I mean, he obviously, I'm not picking him to win, but there's obviously a path to victory, and Bryce Mitchell is a very good fighter. So we will see what happens. Yeah. And yes, he did. It seems like he did win over some fans. So good for him. Thank you, Fahim. Slito.
DDP-ness has been added to my vocab. Thanks, Mike. The DDP-ness.
Thank you, Slito. All right.
You're welcome.
Brandon Glover.
Let me put it better now that I reread that. Who would you pick to fight next for the winner and loser of Mike versus Patty? Like if Patty gets a win, who's next for him? And if Mike wins, who's next?
Oh, I already don't know who's next.
I mean, I've said it and I'll continue to say it. If Patty Pimblett beats Michael Chandler tonight, his next fight should be a title shot. And there are going to be many people who hear that and be like, oh, this is ridiculous. He hasn't done enough. It's lightweight, Arman Sarukian, blah, 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 blah. I don't care. At this point, you are trying to build Patty to go fight for a belt. And if he beats Michael, yeah, sure, you could throw him in. Like, he's not going to fight Poirier. I know he said during the weigh-in show yesterday if it was up to him, he would go to Abu Dhabi and fight Charles Oliveira. Not sure if that fight happens or not. But he's either going to fight, like he probably gets Arman Sarukian if he wins. And that is just an awful fight for him. I'm not saying he can't win, but I would be really surprised if he did. So why do that if the plan is to get him to a title fight? Just give it to him. And if he loses, who gives a shit? It's all good. He's still a ranked lightweight. His name matters. His fights are big. He could sell stuff. He could still have a flourishing career not being champion. Like Patty's a very popular fighter. People have emotion towards him, whether it be good or bad. Sink or swim time if he beats Michael Chandler. Like, don't milk this anymore. Don't take any more risk. Just throw him in a title fight. Now, the good news is if Islam Makhachev moves up to 170, if Jack Del Maddalena beats Bilal Muhammad at UFC 315, then we have booked ourselves a massive vacant lightweight title fight between Ilia Topuria and Paddy Pimblett. Like, that is just a ginormous fight. There's history there. There's heat there that has been built for years. And now they can fight for a vacant belt. Like, that would just be humongous. And then Islam can go fight for the welterweight belt. Like, that'd be the ideal scenario. But if it were me, Paddy wins. His next fight, and I'm not saying it should be the next title fight. Like, if Islam defends the belt, it shouldn't be against Paddy. But Paddy's next fight should be for the belt, is what I would do if he wins this fight.
Now, are you saying that as a fight promoter or as someone who like wants to see the best fight the best? Because as a fight,
I'm saying that as a fight. I'm saying that as a fight promoter. If I'm one,
okay.
Look, man, you know where I'm sitting.
You know what I'm
if
trying
we're
to say?
up to me, I'm giving Armin the shot again. Like, just give it to him. Him and Islam is the most intriguing matchup in this division. I would probably still pick Islam, like looking at it from a realistic lens, but I would come on the show and be like, yeah, Armin's going to beat him because I've been driving the Armin train forever. Like, I can't veer off of it now. So, like, those are the two best guys. But I understand the trepidation of the UFC and fans if they rebook that fight because Armin pulled out the day before with a back injury, which is just a awful thing. And now Khabib has done that as well. And Khabib had to fight back and did his thing and earned his shot. Went out there, beat the shit out of Edson Barboza, and then fought for the belt his next fight. So that's probably what ends up happening here. But as a fight promoter, and the end goal is to have Paddy fight for a belt and headline a pay-per-view, if he beats Michael Chandler, like, there have been more egregious lightweight title fights in the last 3 years than Paddy getting a title shot. So just give it to him.
Wait. What's been more egregious? That's not late notice. Like, not like Moicano or something.
I mean, if we're looking at this from a meritocratic lens, Dustin Poirier getting a title shot is ridiculous.
Dude,
it was a great story.
But right now, we have Chandler ranked at 14. That means Paddy would be the 14th ranked fighter going against number 1, going against Makhachev.
That's in our rankings. Yeah, that's in our rankings.
Which is the only rankings that matter, the best rankings out there.
That's true, but we're basing this on the UFC and how they view it.
What's Chandler ranked in the UFC?
Is he 8 or 9? But I mean, Dustin Poirier got a title shot for beating Benoit Saint-Denis. You know what I mean? Like, Islam Makhachev got a title shot for beating Bobby Green.
But Dustin, that wasn't the original fight. That was a late notice fight. That wasn't the original fight. And Dustin Poirier was already ranked higher than Chandler would be. Dustin Poirier was still like top 10.
Well, I mean, the best and the biggest thing that helped Dustin in that situation was Islam was like, I'm fighting in June. That's when I'm fighting. And Dustin was like, I got a quick finish. I'll be ready. I'll fight him in June. And they like made the fight that night essentially. So that's kind of how that came together, because availability is your best friend. We talk about it all the time. Dustin was available and nobody else was.
And by the way, I 100% agree with you, actually. As a fight promoter, if Paddy wins, you give him a title shot, or his next fight should be for the title. Is it deserved? Is it earned? No. But this is prize fighting, and the dollar is what matters. And it will generate the most traffic. It will generate the most clicks. It will generate the most everything. So, yeah, if Paddy wins, he
won't ask for it. He'll be like, I want one more fight. Give me Oliveira or somebody up the top, and then I'll fight for the belt in 2026. That's what he's been saying. But if I'm the UFC, just do it. Like, just do it. If you're not going to give it to Oliveira, you're not going to give it to Armin. Like, if they want to do Islam Ilia, fine. Like, let that fight happen first. And if Islam wins and vacates, Paddy gets to fight for a belt. If Islam wins and wants to stay at 55, you can do Islam versus Paddy. And if Topuria wins, you go right to Topuria versus Paddy, which is a big fight. So, I mean, sink or swim. Like, that's just the way I would look at it.
Yeah, to me, if Paddy wins, it would legitimately be one of the easiest routes I've ever seen someone get to a lightweight title shot in the UFC. Not being a short notice fight, but hey, credit to Paddy, he did it.
Hell yeah, man! He's turned it around.
Yeah.
He's definitely turned it around. He's getting better. He's getting bigger and stronger. His athleticism has gotten better. Striking's getting a little better. He's framing up a little bit more. So like I am very intrigued by this fight because I see it going a certain way. I think it goes long, but what if Chandler just unloads a shot on his chin? I just want to see how he reacts to it. I know he's had a great chin. He's been very durable in a lot of his fights, but he hasn't really been cracked by a big hitter in the UFC yet. Luigi Vendramini wobbled him a little bit. And even like some of these other guys that he's fought, like Jordan Levitt's not a knockout guy, and Jared Gordon's not a big knockout guy. Green can get you, but it's more like death by paper cuts. Like he'll just put the volume on you and just wear you down to damage bar lowers and lowers. But Chandler's got that ability to just nuke you with one shot. We haven't seen Patty Shin tested against a guy who can nuke you like that. So I'm curious. I honestly don't know how this fight's going to go. I really, but I have an idea in my mind, but I really truly don't know.
It's also been over 4 years since we've seen Chandler quote unquote nuke someone. So we'll see. I don't know if we're living in the past. I don't know how far we're living in the past with Michael Chandler. Because that's a big thing too. Chandler is the wear and tear in Chandler. So it's a great fight for Patty. A great time to fight him. So we'll see. We will. But
Chandler can hurt you at any time. He's hurt like almost everybody he's fought. Like just about everybody. He hurt Gaethje in their fight. Didn't finish him, but he hurt him.
Yeah, he hurt people,
I don't think he hurt Poirier, but he definitely won a round heading into the third. He was very dominant in the second round. And he hurt Charles in the fifth. I know it was, some cheating and stuff, but he did rock him on the feet leading up to the punches to the back of the head and all that stuff. And man's dangerous for 25 minutes. So it's just great matchmaking. It's just a great fight. And if Chandler wins, because we haven't even thought about that. What if Chandler wins? What do we do? Is he in the same spot potentially? Well, maybe. I don't know. This is so weird.
I still love the idea of Arman versus Chandler. I like that fight when it was originally.
That's probably the fight.
I thought that fight was awesome. I thought the fight was great for both of the guys, Chandler and Arman. I thought it made a lot of sense for both of them. So that's the fight I want to see. And I do agree, Arman. It's okay. Arman's not the back of the line, but I do agree he probably needs one more fight. It's just how it goes. But yeah, Chandler. If Chandler beats Patty tonight, and if Chandler beats Patty tonight, I think it's gonna be more about like, Patty just wasn't as good as we thought he was, rather than because we kind of know who Chandler is, and Chandler's got back on a winning streak, and Arman makes so much sense.
Yeah, so, if Patty loses to Chandler, like he's still like he's a top 15 guy. He's one of the 15 best lightweights in the UFC. I feel confident saying that. Maybe he's a top 10 guy. I don't know.
But would you say Patty loses to Chandler?
If Patty loses, I still think Patty's a top 15 guy.
I guess it depends how he looks. We'll see how if he just gets we'll see.
Yeah,
I'm not sold on that. Yeah, because the Bobby Green victory, cool and everything.
He did exactly what he needed to do in that fight. Like if he just won like a 29-28 decision,
I watched that fight again.
Like ran Bobby over. Yeah,
but Bobby Green just fought so dumb. Like, come on, Bobby just. I mean, come on, Bobby. Yeah, but
Patty was kicking him in the legs a whole bunch and hurting him. He was not having a good time in there.
Yeah, I think the best of Bobby Green. We've seen it.
Oh yeah, I mean, no doubt about
that. Thank you, Brandon. I got some more super chats.
Predict bonuses. Yair, Pitbull, Sleeper, Hooper, and Jim for fight of the night. Wait. These are. Are you just excited for Yair Pitbull? Or you're saying that's fight of the night? All right, let's just knock the bonus predictions out now. I mean, create like Mike to put it out there. So let's put them out there, Casey. Who do you think? Are we going to get a fight of the night tonight?
Sure. Why not? Fight of the night. I'm actually going to go Chandler Pimblett. I think just the kind of the hype the crowd's going to be behind it, and and for performance, I'm going giving away my pick here, but I'm going Diego Lopes for performance bonus, and she won't get it, but in my heart she will. Verna Jandiroba will get a performance bonus tonight too.
This could be, if there is a fight of the night, it's gonna be the co-main event. Oh, the main event could be too, but I think honestly, the main event I think is lopsided either way. It's either Lopes just runs him over or Volk pitches a Volk like shutout.
Yeah.
One of those types of nights. So I'll go co-main event for fight of the night. Yair Rodriguez for a bonus. I think he's gonna beat the shit out of Patricio Pitbull.
You were sold on that. I think you and Jed.
I don't know why. Like it's from my since they announced that fight, I'm like, boy, that's a really tough fight for him.
Yair's always gonna be a tough fight, but I think that's an extra tough fight for Pitbull.
Yeah.
I mean, Pitbull, he is not in his prime. He's a little past it, and he hasn't fought this level of competition in a bit. So I'm going Pitbull because I love Pitbull. So
I'll go Yair, and I'll go Dan Ige.
All right.
I'll go Dan Ige. I'm gonna go off the board here. Going off the board a little bit.
Thank you, Crate Like Mike. Super chat from Spencer.
Howdy, gentlemen. Love the pre-fight content. Noticed media teaming up more recently, which I love, such as Mike on Submission Radio. Any reason this has occurred? I mean, why not? You know, we like having what. That's what BTL is all about. It's about collabing, getting the peeps together, and having a good time, talking some shit. Yeah, there's no real reason. It's just fun to do.
It's fun.
So
yeah,
just have some fun.
We are friends and colleagues amongst different media entities out there. So yeah, if the timing works out, of course, we love it. Yeah. Thank you, Spencer.
Rick, can't wait for UFC 314. What's the largest super chat you've ever received?
Well, it's not
that's
this
$5.
Yeah. I think we've got a couple.
And it's a Canadian $5.
Yeah,
so
it's not even real. It's not real.
Just kidding.
Like,
I think we got a couple of 50. I think we got a couple of 50s ones, right?
A couple of 25s dropped through. I think 150.
I think we got a couple of 50s. Yeah.
Yeah. I think someone was drinking and just got a little excited, putting the super chat in.
Pick them up, baby. Tip them back. Bring that energy to the watch party.
Yeah, bring that energy. Yeah. Oh yeah, I will be curating the comments on the watch party. Anyone? So if you do super chat, I will get you on the screen.
Yeah, we'll get them up there.
If you super chat $20, I will blow it up real big, cover up everything, take it. Yeah. So
yes, I like it.
Yeah,
I like it.
Put little lights around it. Yeah. But thank you, Rick.
Saw the Ferguson KO was in 2022. Yep, sure was.
Yeah. Okay. I guess we're counting that. Yeah. All right. What else?
That was 3 years.
Yeah. I guess this is gonna be the big question. We'll see how it goes. The main event goes, but
Mike and Casey, do you think Volk will retire if he gets knocked out again tonight? I say yes. What say you?
I say no. He is a prize fighter, and unless his family says you've gotten hit in the head too much, we want you to be able to talk to your kids when you're old, unless it's a brain damage issue, like Bryce Mitchell says he has. I definitely think he fights again and makes a couple big paydays, and that's it.
Yeah, I mean, his pay-per-view main event days are probably over if he loses this fight, so that shrinks the check a little bit. I don't know, man. Like the belt is like gone. There's no more title shots if he loses this fight. Unless like Max Holloway somehow, some way magically becomes the featherweight champion again. And then it's just like, okay, well then we kind of have to do it. But yeah, he's in really tough shape if he loses this fight.
I don't know, man.
I think he's done.
Dude, Volkanovski might be the second best lightweight right now. We don't even know.
Maybe. I don't know.
I mean, he was one round from beating Islam, and yeah, of course he lost the rematch.
Depends on who you ask, but Yeah, it
Well,
depends on
yeah,
who you have.
but yeah, well, either way, it was a highly competitive fight against the pound for pound best fighter, and they fight another day. Who knows? But I don't think. I think if Volk loses, we probably won't see him for a year. But he'll come back and he'll get a big fight and hopefully walk away with at least $1.5 million. Good for him. But
Yeah.
we'll see.
Like I think he'd fight Poirier, but by the time that fight could happen, if he gets knocked out, like he ain't gonna get it. So, like Poirier will fight Holloway probably for his final fight, and then Poirier's gonna retire. So, I mean, maybe he could fight Chandler? Maybe I don't know.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
if you just want, I don't know. Volk doesn't strike me as like a fun fight guy. You know what I mean? Maybe he is deep down, but
what I,
strikes
I
me as a
think
guy
it,
who like wants to be the champion, and if he gets knocked out by Diego Lopes, he's not gonna be a champion again.
I think he's also a guy that likes to get paid too. I mean, he talked
That's why
about
he's
this
been
early
so active. I don't.
He
Yeah.
talked. He talked about this early in his career. How he was basically a broke rugby player. Playing kind of wasn't making good money, just getting by. And MMA was not a quick path, but he had the skill set to move up the ranks fast with it's just athleticism and just being a tough dude to make some money. And this sport's about making money. At this level, making money. So I think he'll be back. We'll see though. We'll see. It won't shock me if he did retire though. If he has enough outside ventures, I guess. Ooh, hey, Mike, watch this.
$50.01. That'd be incredible. Oh wow, $100 Canadian. Rick, you might be the new champion.
$100. I don't even have a sound. I gotta get more sound drops for $100. Jesus.
Play the
That's all I got.
BTL win the round song because I think that works here. Yeah.
Rick Wynn. Thank you very
I
much.
turned the masters off. That hurt my soul, but happy birthday, AK. Love Mike, Jed, Casey. Apologies for the weak Canadian dollar.
I think that buys you like 2 coffees, right? 2 American coffees.
Actually, I just looked it up. It's the equivalent of $72.09 American. So that would officially be the new record holder by a whole bunch. So I challenge you on the watch party tonight to try to beat Rick. Good luck to you. Thank you so much, Rick. You're the
Rick
man.
Wynn. We're gonna frame this. I'm putting it on the wall.
Yeah. Rick win, you win.
Yes, we all win with Rick Wynn.
You're the man. Well done.
It's 3:00. Well, it's
Almost
6 o'clock
there.
for you.
Still got the clouds flying over ESPN headquarters. Your event is starting soon, hold screen. So we could take a couple more before we give our main card predictions.
We got to talk about this fight and the under the radar fight easily, and of course Joseph Boza brings it up.
Is the title shot on the line between Werner and Jan?
I think for Verna for sure.
I will say I have no insight to this. So I'm just going to throw this out there before anything. I think Zhang Weili is done at 115. I don't think she will defend that belt again. I think she's going to move up and fight the winner of Valentina Shevchenko versus Manon Fiorot. Whatever happens, that fight is a month away. Again, let's put this into the context of we're running a business here. We're being fight promoters. We're doing it in this way. My prediction, Zhang vacates, moves up to 125. Winner of this fight gets a rematch with Mackenzie Dern for the vacant strawweight title.
I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it.
See?
Dude,
the UFC's been asking themselves for 5 years, how do we get Mackenzie Dern to a title fight? You might have just done it.
Yeah. I think I get it, but I'm so bummed this fight is so far down the card. 2 top 5 fighters. Number 1, I think the UFC 1 versus 3. And I
Maybe
can't.
we go live. Maybe we go live early on the watch party for that fight, Casey. We'll give it the respect it deserves.
This fight deserves so much more respect. So much more respect. And they're 2 exciting fighters. This isn't like I don't know, just too boring, lay and pray, whatever, whatever people like to say. But Verna is an exciting grappler. Giannis is just an exciting, just fireball when she fights. So I love this fight. Unfortunately, one has to lose. I am picking Verna. I thought she deserves a title shot, and I've been a big fan of her ever since seeing her fight in Invicta. So watching her kind of slowly climb up, take a little dip, come back, it's been exciting. So super good fight. I'm excited about it. Thank you much. Got a couple more super chats just dropped in. Spencer.
Ton of talk on what Volk does after this. Does Movzar make sense? Win or lose? Deserves the shot. If Volk loses by KO, one guy that probably can't KO Volk. Dude, Movzar can hit. Movzar's a hitter, man. Like, he is a hitter.
All these guys.
He is a hitter.
Yeah, when you're at that level, you can all hit.
Volk loses.
Volk Mozart? Is that what he's suggesting?
No. No, I think Movzar would be absolutely insane to take that fight. I mean, it would be a big name, but like he doesn't need to do anything. Honestly, like he could sit and wait, which honestly for a guy like that is probably not the best idea. But I think if Volk, it really depends here. It depends. If Diego wins the belt and Patricio Pitbull beats Yair Rodriguez, they're going to give Movzar the title shot. I truly believe that. If Diego wins and Yair wins, that is going to be your main event for the Guadalajara pay-per-view. Those two guys. And especially with what happened at the press conference and everything that's built up to that, that is a huge fight. They don't even have to do anything. They have all the video footage in order to sell that fight. Mexican people will friggin' love that one. It's business, and that's what will happen. So maybe if Yair and Lopez both win, but if I'm Movzar, I'll just be like, all right, F it, I'll fight Aaron Pico and let's go.
All right. Thank you, Spencer. And our last super chat before we get to predictions.
Yep. Fahim, what's your thought on Topuria saying he will ask Islam how he wants to get submitted? He will submit him and then talk to Khabib while doing it.
It's good fight promotion. That's all. Good fight promotion.
Terrific. I mean, that is just a headline making thing right now. The man gets, he knows ball. Absolutely knows ball. Talk shit about Islam, says he'll do these things, and then says he'll talk to Khabib while doing it. It's just good fight psychology right there.
Yeah, that's kind of this is the trash talk I like. It's like, yeah, I like this type of trash talk. It's like, oh yeah, it's like,
yeah.
How do you want me to beat you? Like Kimura? I'll Kimura you. What's your choice? You tell me. You're the champ. You tell me how you would like to lose. I mean, respect.
The press conference will be incredible. Like if Ilya asks Islam, like, how do you want me to submit you? And then Islam's like, a flying twister. And then Topuria tries a flying twister or something like we've never seen before.
Remember Topuria when he fought Holloway, he was like, all right, let's do the whole thing. Let's do this whole thing right at the beginning. Let's do it,
He did it.
He did it, And looking back on it now, Holloway kind of should have taken him up on it, to be honest. But that's neither here nor there. But I don't enjoy the cockiness, but if you are going to be that over the top cocky, go all out, beat Topuria. That's what this game is about.
Shout out Megan O'Leary doing her thing.
Oh, they're a big old bump.
She said this will be her last one outside of Vegas until the baby's born. So
so happy for him.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see. I haven't seen him. I haven't seen her and Joby in a couple years, so hopefully I get to see him soon. Fahim, but thank you, Fahim. And why is that on caps? Why are you yelling at me, Fahim? Jeez.
Even the super chat came up in all caps. Well done. Are we done?
Oh, one more.
Okay. First women interim belt at strawweight.
I guess.
We could do that. But I want to live in the same world we've been living in with Ilya Topuria. Like, if you're going to go up and fight for a second belt, vacate your other one.
Yeah.
then I'm okay with it. Like
And then
I
and then and then when you
I don't have
come
a problem
back,
with it.
you're the number one challenger. If you decide to come back, you're
Sure,
just the number one challenger. That's fine. But you don't
sure.
get to keep the
And
belt.
yeah,
That's all.
and I think Zhang is just done at 115. Like I think
Yeah.
she's just done. Like she
Oh
wants to
man.
bulk up more and not cut as much weight. This is a big ass weight cut for her.
Big ass weight cut.
She's
And now, yeah. So we get to see her because who knows? Maybe we
she needs
haven't
to get
even seen
yoked
Wei
up
Li.
even more.
Yeah, we haven't seen Wei Li even really fight at her full potential. We kind of see her, a sucked out Wei Li. So this might be really
Yeah.
exciting. Who knows? She could be. It could be like look at like Oliveira and Poirier. For years they fought at featherweight. Turns out, oh, we're dieting way too much. We should bulk up. We're actually way better. Morcano
Yep.
too. Yeah, just these guys who were like they
Gilbert
thought being
Burns. So
smaller.
many of them.
Yeah, a lot of them. So yeah,
Yep.
who knows? Who knows? All right. Let me see what else I got here. Someone asked this earlier.
EKC, who's the fighter you least want to see in the pit during a breakdown?
Ooh, man. Josh Barnett. That would scare the hell out of me. Josh, like, just running around throwing windmills and spinning kicks in the pit. Yeah,
Yep.
Josh Barnett, yeah, and just
That's a good pick.
who else? But what else would be some insane ones? I don't know. But they have to be really Oh, dude, have you like? There's video. I don't know. I would love to be in a pit with Khalil Roundtree. Yeah, that'd be awesome. He's like, and actually two people who actually do enjoy the hardcore jams. So have you seen video? There's video footage of Roundtree like singing for, I don't know what band it was, Terror, but he sang a couple of verses on stage years ago. So it was really rad. I was like, oh, I look at him. So yeah. No, but the fighter I at least want to see in a pit during a breakdown, Bryce Mitchell. I'm like, what are you doing here, man? Get out of here.
Bryce would probably do really well in a match pit. Strikes me that way. He's got that farmer strength. So.
Yeah, farmer strength.
All right,
yeah.
let's go to the main card predictions here. We kick things off in the light heavyweight division.
No. Let's go a little earlier. Let's start at Hooper. Let's go.
All right.
Hooper Miller.
Okay. Some money
really
coming in on
starts.
Jim Miller. These betting odds are courtesy of our friends at FanDuel. Chase Hooper, biggest favorite on the fight card, -800. The comeback on Jim Miller, who's about to make his 46th walk to the octagon, +560. Casey, who gets it done?
I do not understand that line. I'm picking Hooper by decision, but like I think it's a competitive fight. I don't understand that line at all. But I am picking Hooper by decision.
I'm going Jim Miller, knockout, round 2.
I like it.
After a tough first round.
Yeah. What do you think about that line? It's wild, huh? I mean, am I crazy?
I get it. I definitely get it, but yeah, it just seems a little wide. I feel like if you're betting on that fight, like you can't. I don't know. You can't bet on Chase. I think you just have to take a splash on Jim and just kind of hope for the best. But yeah, I think Jim can get him. I think Jim can definitely get him. But it's a big man he's fighting. It's a very tall, lanky individual he'll be stepping in there with. Let's go to Casey's main event, possibly a number 1 contender fight for the women's strawweight belt. Verna Jandiroba, the favorite, -134. The comeback on Yan Jianan, +114. Casey, I hate to disappoint you and all the Verna Jandiroba fans out there. I'm picking Yan Jianan to win this fight via decision.
Decision? Okay. I am going Verna Jandiroba by second round submission, and she will walk away with an extra $50K.
All right. Speaking of $50K, Dan Ige will be in the featured prelim. He will do so as a pretty sizable underdog, +162. The comeback, the favorite comeback, that is, on Sean Woodson, who's on a nice run, quietly putting on a very impressive win streak, -194. The world already knows my pick. I'm picking Dan Ige, knockout round 1. No confidence in this, but I feel if Dan wins, he's going to just obliterate him real fast, like he does to a lot of guys like Sean Woodson that he has fought in the past. Are you going with Dynamite Dan, 50K Dan Ige, or are you going with the unicorn at 145, the very tall Sean Woodson?
Man, I usually pick the younger prospect, kind of moving up the ranks. But Danny Gage's just I don't know. I think he's still got it, and I think he's still a very a proper top 15 gatekeeper, and I think he will gatekeep Sean Woodson out of the top 15, and he will win a solid decision.
All right. Let's go to the main card. We have light heavyweights kicking things off. Nikita Krylov back after a 2 or so year layoff. Minus 168 favorite to come back on the former 2-time title challenger Dominic Reyes, plus 142. Already kind of gave away the pick. Comeback knockout win round 3 for Dominic Reyes. And now he will fight Carlos Ulberg in a huge fight.
I would love that story, but I kind of feel like an asshole, and I'm picking Nikita Krylov for a first round KO. I don't know why. I know. I kind of feel like I kind of feel like a dick, but I watched that interview, my edited interview of Reyes, and I love what he says, man. Like, but God, I've kind of had a soft spot for Nikita Krylov for years, ever since he was like Al Capone back in the day.
Talk about betting lines that have shifted in a big way. Featherweights, John Silva, the fight everyone seems to have their eye on. John Silva was one of the bigger favorites on the card all week. Still a favorite, but now down to minus 198. The comeback on Bryce Mitchell, plus 166. I am picking Bryce Mitchell by decision. I'm not confident. John Silva just obliterates him in a round. It would not surprise me. By the way, just kind of going back to bets, I do have Dan Ige, underdog, plus 136. I have a bet on Dominic Reyes, underdog, plus 152. This fight, I'm picking Bryce Mitchell by decision in my official picks, just because I feel like that's enough for me to get points in our pick thing. It's just if Mitchell wins, that's good, because I don't think anybody else on our staff's going to pick him. But I'm betting on the under 2.5 at minus 160. Big storyline.
I am going. I like this fight a lot. I am going John Silva by decision. I think just 29-28. 29-28.
Okay. It's a good fight. It's good matchmaking.
Good matchmaking. I like it. I like the styles clash. It should be fun.
We go to the featured bout.
Ooh.
Featherweights. Big night for featherweight. We have former interim featherweight champion Yair Rodriguez. He is the betting favorite, minus 164. The comeback on the former 2-division Bellator champ making his UFC debut, Patricio Pitbull, plus 138. I'll go first. I've already kind of laid it out all week. I think Yair Rodriguez is going to look like a friggin' world beater tonight. I think this is a really tough matchup for Pitbull, and I think Yair is going to 10-8 Pitbull in round 1, and then he's going to finish him in round 2.
I'm going Pitbull by decision. I think his just overall MMA game is going to be more dynamic, and I think the wrestling and jiu-jitsu will win him the decision in the end.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, is Pitbull a guy that just fights to the level of his competition? Who the hell knows? Because Yair is, I mean, you can make a very strong argument that Yair is like the toughest fight of his career. Of all the guys he's fought, maybe outside of Michael Chandler, like you could definitely make that.
And what happened to Michael Chandler?
Did not go well. Not go well. Speaking of Michael Chandler, he's fighting in the co-main event. The plus 142 underdog, and the favorite is Paddy Pimblett, minus 168. By the way, from a betting perspective, on the previous fight, I have a bet on Yair Rodriguez inside the distance at plus 275. So if this fight goes anywhere close to the way I feel it goes, that will be a nice hit. But Chandler versus Pimblett, Casey, who gets the job done?
This is a young man's game. Chandler ain't young. Paddy Pimblett decision.
I made my pick as Paddy Pimblett decision. I've wavered almost all day on this because I don't know. So I'm trying. This was one that, like, when I placed a bet, I had to be very careful of how I placed it. I want to be very picky on this. So I went through some different books, looked for point spread bets, see things that made sense that had good value. I shit you not. I have a bet on Michael Chandler, a point spread bet, plus 13.5 points at minus 105. If Michael Chandler wins one round of this fight and it goes to the cards, I win. All he needs to do is win one round and make it to the end. And I win the bet at minus 105. So that is probably like the safest thing I could do, because I do think Paddy's going to win. I think he kind of outlasts Chandler to win a decision, but I just need Michael to win one round. Just give me one. Give me a round, and then I win, and then everybody's happy. So that's what I did.
How would this fight go if it was 3 rounds? Would you change your outlook on the fight? Would it be more in favor of Paddy if it was 3 rounds? When he fought Oliveira, was that 3 rounds?
I would look at it kind of the same.
Or 5.
It was 5.
Remember.
It was 5.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay.
That's one of my big questions about this fight.
Me too.
What happens when we go to championship rounds? But I would still look at it kind of similarly. If this is a 3-round fight, I think Paddy can get off to a great start, but I think Chandler can just bite down on the mouthpiece and find a way to win round 3. So that's kind of where I'm at. So,
yeah. And I still don't know how good Paddy is, even if he wins tonight, because I just think Chandler is way past it a little bit. Obviously, he's still dangerous, but I just don't think Chandler's a top 10 guy anymore. So I don't know. I can't wait. I'm very interested in the fight. I am picking Paddy the decision though.
Yeah. So many things can happen. Chandler knocked him out in the first round. It wouldn't shock me. Paddy submitted him in the second round. Wouldn't shock me. Like, there was no real, like, Chandler just like ankle tripping Paddy and then submitting him right after, doing the Jake Hadley Scottish twister in round 1. Yeah, that might surprise you a little bit, but I don't think that's kind of a realistic outcome here. But that would kind of surprise me.
Paddy hurting Chandler on the feet though would kind of, I'll be like, ooh, that's. I think that's kind of what I'm waiting to see. I'm waiting to see Paddy give someone a hurting with his hands. As far as like me going, oh, okay, now he's really turned the corner as far as being a very high level complete martial artist. But we'll see.
Yeah,
I love this fight.
Main event, I think we're going to be on opposite end of the spectrum here. Yes. Alexander Volkanovski looking to become a 2-time champion. He is a minus 148 favorite, and he will face Diego Lopes, the surging contender, the rising star. Lopes coming back at plus 126. Casey, you're picking Diego Lopes. How does he do it?
He beats up old man Volkanovski and by submission round 4. And I think it will be close couple first rounds, but then Diego will start pulling away, and eventually he will get the first submission. He will do what Brian Ortega did not do, and he will submit Volkanovski.
That would be wildly impressive to me. That really would be. I'm not ruling it out, but I would be like, wow, this guy's, but not saying that I didn't think he was legit before, but I'm like, damn.
When you see it, I know what you mean.
Could be a champ for a while. Yeah. Like the way I feel about this fight, and I've said it a million times, this is going to be one-way traffic either way. Mm-hmm. I think Lopes just obliterates Volk in the first couple of rounds, or Volk does what Volk does when he's on one. And I'm leaning towards Volkanovski to get it done. I will go with the experience, the big fight moments, and I think Volk wins running away here. I'll say 49-46. Maybe there's a hairy moment early, but I think even if Lopes gets off to like a decent start in round 1, he's just so good at making adjustments. And as this fight extends, I just think Volk can kind of pull away here. But I feel like in the first 10 minutes of this fight, it's either going to be over or we're going to know exactly what this fight is for the rest of the way. So
Volk is going to break the trend. Was guys over 35 in championship fights in the UFC are like under 170 lose like they're like 1-30 or something.
I think it's 3-32 or something.
Yeah. And like all those ones are like Tyron Woodley or something too.
2 were Woodley and 1 was Bilal Muhammad.
Oh, okay. So
but under 155? Oh, 0.
0. Wow.
0.
0 under 155.
So I think Volk bucks the trend. He becomes the first man to win a title following back-to-back knockout losses. He's going to do all sorts of crazy things, break all sorts of crazy curses. And the women's bantamweights are scrapping here. Hit the music. We are done.
Let's get out of here.
Nora Kernol had a good start to the round. Haley Cowan ended round 1. on the back. Nora Cornell has the back here to start round 2. And we'll see how this all plays out. But watch party, I think we're going to go early tonight. I think we go a little earlier tonight. We're definitely going to go early for 9:30, but I think for Casey's sake and the world's sake, maybe we go live. Give the respect to Virna Jandiroba and Yan Zhounan. So maybe we go live at 9. Just be there, hit the notification, hit the bell, get ready. Be ready, because we could go live at any time. So join us. No one will have more fun watching these fights than we will. For Casey, I am Mike Heck. Enjoy the fisticuffs, baby. Enjoy the rest of moving day in the Masters. Get the 2 TV screens ready, and we'll see you later on. Love you, Rick.
Love you, Rick.